Welcome to Huff Goes to the Movies. My name is Eric Huff II. Most people call me Huff. Some people know I love the movies. And let's rejoice, because it is Friday, thank the Lord. I hope that you all have a fun and safe weekend ahead of you. Today is David Lynch's birthday, which means that he shares a birthday with one of my oldest friends. So, to Robert Gilmore, one of my oldest friends, I'm dedicating this video to you. Happy birthday, dude. Love you so much. I hope that you are well. And also, the movie I'm reviewing today is the type of movie that we would have watched at like a sleepover or gone to sneak and see at some point in high school. Remember when they had curfews? What a time. But that's all that I wanted to say for the intro to this, and now, the review. Missing is a sequel to 2018's Searching, and it's directed by Nicholas Johnson and Will Merrick. Searching was sort of a novelty when it came out in 2018. The film starred John Cho as a father who was looking for his daughter. And one of the big draws to this film, and maybe something that turned some people off, was this novelty of telling the story via a screen. So you might see it like this via a webcam or a phone or a computer, or you might see a TV broadcast that is sort of being played on someone's browser. Well, Missing takes the same framing device, but now instead of telling the story of John Cho, we're now following the character of June, played by Storm Reid. June is an 18-year-old woman living in LA with her single mother. Her mom goes on a vacation with her boyfriend to Colombia, and when her mom doesn't come back, June begins a search throughout the internet and using a variety of devices to try to locate her. And the further she goes along with this and the more she unpacks at the mystery, things just get stranger and stranger. And off the top, that's probably as much as I should say. Missing is a bit of an interesting case. I'll start right off the bat to say I think that this is a solid, fun, entertaining film. I think that it is a worthy follow-up to Searching, though I don't think it quite reaches the same heights as Searching, but none of this would mean anything if it weren't for Storm Reid. I love the fact that we are getting so many young black actresses who are being given the opportunity to take the lead in films like this. Taylor Russell was the lead of Bones and All. Zendaya has really just been tearing things up on Euphoria, and she really made quite a case for herself with the film Malcolm and Marie. We also have young actresses like Jasmine Savoy Brown who are really starting to emerge, and Keke Palmer, thank God, is finally starting to get her roses, the ones that she has deserved for so long. But Storm Reid really is the showcase here. It is on her shoulders to sort of carry this story all the way through, and while she's always been a pretty incredible talent, I think that some of what has led to her maybe not being a household name yet is that she keeps attaching herself to projects, let me not say it like that. She's been in some projects that have not been well received. A Wrinkle in Time was a sort of bold risk for Disney to take back in 2018, but the film itself was not very strong and it did not perform well at all. And so I think Storm Reid being a rising star in that instance, I think it slowed things down just a bit. But you fast forward to some of the roles she's taken in things like When They See Us, where she had a small part but was good in it. She plays a supporting character on Euphoria, but she's not really the focus. That's more so Zendaya. And she had one of the more emotionally charged scenes in James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. But again, that's an ensemble, that's a big comic book thing, and she's not really in a position to really just emerge from a film like that. But with Missing, this is all her, and she does an incredible job. She is the highlight of the film. She is the strongest part of the film. And I really hope that after this film is seen by more people, that people start saying, hey, you know what? Put Storm Reid in everything, because I, for one, am here for it. As far as it relates to Searching, I will say this. You do not need to have seen the 2018 film to understand this one. If you have seen Searching, though, you will notice a reference to the first film. It's fun, it's very quick, and it doesn't really affect the story so much. But the way that they utilize it in the film is fun. It's creative. I think it adds a nice little touch to this. But I will say, as the film progresses, what I love so much about how this one tries to differentiate itself from the first film, aside from who the focus is the fact they're paying attention to who the focus is. In the first film, John Cho is playing a middle-aged father. He is playing someone who knows how to use technology, but it's not like his immediate first instinct. But with this film, with Storm Reid's character being 18 years old, being sort of a child of the social media age, she really is quick to embrace a lot of different forms of technology. And we see these clever ways in which she tries to uncover the mystery of where her mother is. We see her being a lot more resourceful than I think a middle-aged man would be. And so, while this does present cases where the plot can seem a bit convenient, I actually do enjoy that they present some challenges for her. You know, something that doesn't make it seem so easy. And they're not always consistent with that throughout the entire film, but I do appreciate that they were willing to throw that in there. They were willing to at least give her some challenges. They also used that framing device to great effect. If you start looking at different corners of the screen, you can see some things that are made for comedic effect, things that add just a bit of charm to the proceedings. I really like the supporting cast here. At one point in the film, June essentially befriends someone in Colombia. I won't really say how they set that up or much more about it, but that adds a very interesting dynamic to her character. And if I could just transition into where I think this film falls short, I think it's in its third act. I think that this film grows to be a little too ambitious for the story that it's telling. The story is sort of right here, and it's within the confines of this framing device that they're using. And I think that in the third act, the film starts to swing for the fences. I think it starts to get a little too ambitious, and I think it strains a little bit of that credibility. I think that the film is asking you to suspend a little too much disbelief in parts, but the fact that this film is rooted in a core emotional foundation of being a story about a mother and her daughter, and a daughter who is trying to mature, trying to adjust with how the dynamics of her relationship with her mom have changed over the course of her life and how they will continue to change. I think that because the film never loses sight of that focus, it makes some of the weaker moments of the storytelling a little more forgivable. And the film is paced fairly well. I like the fact that because she's a younger person and because her attention span probably would be significantly less than that of a middle-aged man, that the movie does have moments where it moves pretty quick. And at times it can be a little overwhelming, but I think it makes for a pretty immersive experience, at least in the first half of the film. And credit to the writers of this film, because I think that what they do with the mystery here, I like that they throw in several different variations of a twist. At times, we're not sure who to trust. We're not sure who to really think of as the antagonist, per se. And I think that the film does just enough to keep that entertaining and keep that interesting. And when the stakes are, elevating and made crystal clear, it really does make for some fun, suspense-filled storytelling. So all in all, Missing is a good time. I wouldn't call it great. I do think that it is a step down from Searching, but also I think that if you're someone who is into mysteries, into thrillers, I think that if you have not seen Searching, you should go watch Searching. But also, if you haven't seen Searching and Missing sounds like something that you could be interested in, go see it. Go give it a chance. This is a standalone sequel. You do not need to have seen the first film to get into this one. Though I will say, having seen the first one, I did find this experience a little bit more rewarding, and I actually went to the theater with a friend last night who didn't know that there was a first film. He just thought that some of the references they make to the first film were just little side details. But overall, it was a fun time. I'm hoping that the film performs well. I think that Storm Reid deserves a big win. She's great in this film. She is the strongest part of this film, and I would love to see what she does next, along with a lot of other young black actresses right now who are really starting to emerge in the film industry. So that's all that I will say for Missing. The film is in theaters now. If you've liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Join me down in the comments below. Let me know, have you seen Searching? Have you seen Missing? What were your thoughts on either film? Do you plan on checking it out this weekend? And what has been your favorite performance from Storm Reid so far? As always, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. That way you can stay up to date on everything that I've got going on here at the channel. Thank you so much. You're greatly appreciated. Once again, my name is Eric Huff II. Most people call me Huff. Stay sweaty, my friends. I will see you at the movies. Peace.